Now, South Korea is considering implementing a new layer of its own sanctions on North Korea before the next UN Security Council sanctions are adopted. For a closer look at what the new sanctions might look like and an explanation for why Seoul is rushing to get it done, we turn to Kwon So-ah.
After North Korea conducted its fifth nuclear test on September 9th, the UN Security Council was quick to decide that stronger measures would be needed to curb the North's nuclear development. But it's been more than a month since the new resolution is being discussed.
Well, it took 2 months last time when we had resolution 2270, so I hope it's going to take not that long.
But according to a source Wednesday, if the Security Council is slow to adopt a new set of measures, Seoul could go ahead and act on its own. The source says South Korea is currently considering the possibility of imposing independent sanctions on North Korea before the UN Security Council adopts its new sanctions resolution. Back in March, South Korea imposed its own unilateral sanctions after North Korea's fourth nuclear test in January. But it acted a few days after the UN Security Council had adopted its resolution. According to Seoul's Foreign Ministry Wednesday, the announcement will be made at a time when the sanctions can have the maximum strategic effects while taking the current negotiations at the UN Security Council into consideration.
Although we have already imposed sanctions in various fields, including financial sanctions, marine and trade controls, and entrance restrictions, we're opting for additional sanctions on the pan-governmental level that are more precise and effective.
So what could the new sanctions possibly be?
We've already used all kinds of pressure, including the suspension of the Kaesong industrial complex. Maybe South Koreans could be prohibited from going to North Korean restaurants overseas, which until now was just an advisory.
Other experts say the measures could include secondary sanctions to close loopholes in any transactions between North Korea and third countries, or could include ways to cut North Korea's diplomatic ties to other nations. Still, other experts say, however, the new sanctions could end up being little more than symbolic. Kwon So-ah, Arirang News.